Welcome back.
Welcome back. All right. Well,
We had to miss a week because they said we were copywriting. Dicks.
yeah, it's okay. Stuff happens like that from time to time. And even though we didn't do anything wrong, but it is what it is. What was that video that they were saying that we did?
The copyright.
It was a
part?
podcast, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Yeah,
The
it
last
was.
podcast.
Yeah, it was. We were doing this, and we were literally just talking about soccer, and they were like, "Yeah, you guys copyrighted," even though it was just us talking the whole time.
Yeah, because it said that we included audio for like 9 minutes. That was copyright.
And it was literally just us talking.
Yeah. So, but of course, last week would have been great to record because the NBA draft happened.
Yeah.
But it's not like we were missing that much because this might be one of the worst drafts.
Like in terms of how it looks.
Yeah.
I honestly, no joke, never have heard of the guy that went first overall.
Zachary Rissashare.
Never heard of him before he got drafted.
Yeah. No.
I thought
neither did I.
The whole year, all I heard is Alex Sarr.
Alex Sarr.
That's all I heard.
And well, I bet the Wizards were pretty happy.
They drafted him, and then in the draft, they were like, "Yeah, he's a really good 3-and-D guy." Why would you want a 3-and-D guy as the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft?
Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. So, but that's Atlanta. Their franchise isn't really going in a good direction right now. So
they could have been a good direction if they got Sarr. Maybe he's 7 foot tall.
Well, maybe they saw something that I guess we do not know about, and I would assume that they had to have found something on him to make it to where he goes number 1 overall, because that's a pretty big change of pick right there. So
yeah,
maybe they know something that we don't. But
they also weren't expecting you in the first pick either. So
yeah, well, like I said, Wizards are probably pretty happy with Alex Sarr. I'm sure they didn't think that he was going to drop to them. And then that's when you start seeing, collegiate players getting taken. So you have like the Rockets drafted Reed Shepherd out of Kentucky, number 3 overall.
Don't know how he went that high.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Like he's good. I don't think he's bad or anything, but I didn't think he was going to go that high.
Look at
over him.
Well, even look at Zach Edey. Every mock draft he was projected to go 18, 19, 20. And there you go. He's going 9th overall.
They just took him because he's huge.
Yeah, but you saw it in March Madness when he plays a center that actually has size. He gets bodied. Gets bodied. So
that's why I didn't pick them to win the tournament, because I knew that he wasn't going to be able to do that all the time.
Yeah. So that's I don't know. I have no clue what they think Zach Edey deserves to be a top 10 pick for, but other than that, you have Stephon Castle, who I saw he was. Yeah, you did. If you watched March Madness, you know who he was.
I didn't.
He's a starting guard for UConn.
I know that he's a starting guard for UConn, but I did not know that before the draft.
Well, yeah. Even. Let's look at his.
Dillingham would be the best player out of that draft so far that I've seen.
Yeah, so Stephon Castle, he 6'6" wing. He did shoot 27% from 3 last season.
It's pretty good.
But yeah, they're just praising his defense. He averaged for the. I'm trying to find what his college stats was. He won Freshman of the Year. And he is a freshman, and he averaged 11.1 points a game, 4.7 rebounds, 2.9 assists, and 27 minutes per game.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the Lakers might have got the steal of draft. That Dalton Connect dude is a baller.
Very good shooter. So is
that dude. He's like a moving shooter too. Like he can run off screens and all that shit.
And you can say whatever you want about him, but so is Jared McCain. I think that was a really good pick for the 76ers. He is a very good shooter, and he's good at defending, but he has
I just feel like
zero
I feel like he just is going to be full of himself.
I mean, he probably is. Just the way he acts now.
He kind of reminds me of like Caleb Williams.
Yeah, the way he acts.
Just not as good.
Well, he has 3 million followers on TikTok, so that's probably going to influence how he acts a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, last season he had 2 30-point games in the March Madness tournament. I mean, averaged 14.5 points per game on 46% shooting from three. He averaged 5 rebounds a game, and he's 6'2". So I mean, he is a small guard, definitely a small guard. But
and they already got a point guard.
Yeah. But even with him being one of the primary ball handlers last season, he finished 453rd in the lowest turnover rate in the nation. So I mean, I think he's a great pick for the 76ers.
Does that go into the fact that he's like your favorite player in college?
I mean, I like him, but I mean, his stats don't lie. I mean, I do like him, but he is a really good player. I mean, he dropped 2 30-point games in the tournament.
You think he's better than that Dalton Connected?
No, probably not, because I don't think Jared McCain's all around like he is. Okay. McCain's, I think, strictly just a good offensive weapon. He would have to really work on his defense and probably get some size. If
that Dalton Connected averaged 21 points at Tennessee.
Yeah, I can't believe he went
17th in the draft.
Yeah,
and he's like he shot like 43% or something from three, or like 41 or something.
Yeah, because Dalton Connect, he is a 6'5" guard. And yeah, his senior year, he averaged 21 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, and then 1.8 assists per game as well. He shot 45.8% from the field and 39.7% from three.
That's pretty good. That's good. He's averaging 21 because he means he's shooting a lot.
I think. Maybe the only reason why he even dropped is because he's 23 and he turns 24 in his first NBA season. So you got somebody that's already.
I mean, yeah, but
24 as a rookie.
That's not always a bad thing.
No, I mean that shows too. I mean, he's had 4 years of playing good college experience, and it even says here his freshman year at Tennessee he was 6'1", and then from his freshman to sophomore year he grew 4 inches, and I mean, yeah, he looks like he's played really well.
Well, the thing too
every year in college,
he's really fucking athletic as well.
Yeah. No, that was a really good pick. That was a really good pick for the Lakers. Another one that didn't make sense, and I thought he was a very big prospect. Not, maybe it's IU based, but he's good. Kel'el Ware out of Indiana, the center.
Never heard of him.
He is a rebounding and blocking machine. He is 7 foot tall. He is 19 years old, and at IU last year he only played 1 year. He averaged 9.9 points a game, 2.9 blocks per game, 1.
Uh-oh. Max? Oh, you disconnected for a second.
Okay, now we're back.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
It was on 10 seconds.
Yeah, so Kel'el Ware, I think he, with his size, averaged 15.9 points per game, 10 rebounds a game, and 2.9 blocks per game. Also playing in the Big Ten, I think that's pretty good stats to have. Big Ten is, I mean, they're not the best basketball conference, but they're still pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they compared Kel'el Ware to Miles Turner and Mo Bamba. So,
no comparison for anybody unless they're going to suck.
But he would be good behind Bam. Yeah, so I think definitely some teams really nailed their picks. Like, I think the Thunder really really did well with their pick. Again, Nikola Topic.
Wait, hold on real quick. You're on my phone. like since I'm watching you, your voice is like 5 steps ahead of your face.
Oh, well, don't know how to fix that.
Okay, well that's fine. I'm just telling you. Anyways,
I don't know, why is this?
might just be my phone too. So
No, hold on a second, because yeah, we're about to upload it to YouTube, because I think when my thing stopped, YouTube stopped.
that's fine.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay. But well, I was going through this real quick. But yeah, other than that, I mean, of course, second round, not really anyone to talk about besides Bronny going to the Lakers. I mean, you heard JJ Redick talk about it just a couple days ago. He said that he earned this; it wasn't given, and stuff like that.
I mean, I think it can go a little bit of both ways.
I mean, yeah,
but then
earned,
again,
I get it.
It's not like they spent a first round pick on him. Who cares? It's the 55th pick out of 60.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I mean,
they could have drafted anyone there, and they could be worse than Bronny, or they could be better than Bronny. You don't know.
No, I mean, you wouldn't know at all.
That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I mean, the only really comparison that they're giving him is they're comparing him to DeAnthony Melton, and that's who they're saying that he.
If Bronny turned out to be DeAnthony Melton, that would be a great draft pick.
Yeah, especially in the second round.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even think DeAnthony. I think DeAnthony Melton was like a late first round pick.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's about it for the draft.
Yeah, I don't really
kind of
give a
covered
shit
who
about the Celtics
we needed to
draft
cover.
picks.
But of course, after the draft, we had
free agency.
The free agency. Okay, so we'll go to. I'm going to read some big signings. Some we can talk about. We don't have to. Starting on Sunday.
Some, like grades or something on.
Yeah, we can. Sunday, June 30th. So we have. Well, let me scroll down. The first reported deal for that day was the Obi Toppin deal, 4 years, $60 million to stay with the Pacers.
I would probably give that like a D+.
Yeah, didn't seem like he.
Mostly just because of the money they're giving him.
Yeah, 4 years, $60 million. Didn't think it was going to get that much. And I mean, there was glimpses of us of Obi Toppin like really saving the bench this season, but really, when you think about it, who was the best bench player all season? It was TJ McConnell.
Starting.
Well, yeah, Benedict Mathurin as well.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
but without Mathurin, TJ McConnell shined more than Obi Toppin did.
TJ McConnell sometimes shined more than Halliburton did.
Yeah. So it's someone like Obi Toppin, who is nice to have with his size, and he is a good defender when he wants to be. Seems like sometimes he just stands there and lets people walk right past him. But I guess 4 years, $60 million. I guess that's what he deserved. I didn't think so, but yeah, I'll probably give that like a C minus D. Definitely didn't seem like he needed that much money, but who cares? I think the one thing the same day that really kind of surprised me is the Kevin Porter Jr. deal that he signed with the Clippers.
Oh, he went to the Clippers?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, with all the extra business that comes with Kevin Porter Jr.
I was about to say, how much was
all the legal issues that he's been battling?
What was
we
it
don't
worth?
talk. Let me see what the Porter salary is. It just says he's agreed to a 2-year deal with the Clippers, including a player option. And that's it. I'm not seeing how much he's making, so it's probably not much. But I mean, if they're getting him on like close to a minimum deal, then
guarantee you it's not a minimum deal if he's getting a player option. And I bet you he's making like 10 to 15 a year.
I don't know about that because he was just playing in Greece.
Max, Kevin Porter's good. He just fucking beat someone.
Well, yeah, I don't care how good he is.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
With that legal issues, I'm sure, Jake, nobody would sign him to a team. He was literally playing in Greece because nobody would have won him.
Some girl.
Huh?
Miles Bridges beat the fuck out of some girl, and he's on a team.
Yeah, well, that was different. He left and came back to the same team. This Kevin Porter wasn't allowed to play in the NBA. Nobody would let him play on their team.
So what's the difference between him and Miles Bridges?
Miles Bridges is already under contract.
So was Kevin Porter when that happened. He was on the Rockets.
Yeah, and then he got into legal issues and he wasn't allowed to play in the NBA.
So did Miles Bridges.
Yeah, it is a veteran. It's a minimum deal. Like I said, because no one should pay him enough money with his legal issues.
Well, no one should pay Miles Bridges either.
But that's what I'm saying. He was still under contract with the Hornets, so he had that legal issues. He just signed that big contract the summer before that happened, and so he's making that much money. And then all that stuff happened, and they stepped away from the team, got investigated, and came back, and he's making that much money because he already had that deal.
I'd fucking cut his ass.
Yeah, I mean, he has a list of charges. Back when he was with the Cavs in 2020, 2021, he had a what was it?
Probably domestic battery or something.
No, something about weapons charge.
Oh.
And then 2023, he had a domestic assault charge.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy.
I mean, they should just be kicking motherfuckers out of the league for that shit.
Yeah, because Kevin Porter Jr. was originally charged with felony counts of assault and strangulation, so that's the whole reason why he wasn't allowed to play in the NBA. And then in April,
for what, 9 months?
In April, he signed with PAOK in Greece, where he averaged 22 points per game, 9.8 rebounds a game, 6.8 assists per game, and 3 steals per game in 39 minutes per game.
So you're telling me this motherfucker is allowed to choke someone and then come back 9 months later?
Yeah, that's literally because remember he got waived. Waived. Yeah. Yeah, because the Thunder waived him the day after the deal was completed. Because that's when the domestic assault charge happened. It was a day after he signed with the Thunder. And so
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, we really shouldn't be giving the Clippers praise at all, because they're signing someone that had all these legal issues and
you want fucking Man U to sign fucking Mason Greenwood back.
I just wanted no. I said to sell him because Barcelona wants him. We're not going to use him. We're not going to play him. Sell him. I have no idea why they continue to keep onto his contract.
Right, let's go back to basketball.
Okay. So you have.
Well, I give that signing an F.
Yeah. That is a very bad signing.
If we're going just off basketball, I'd probably give it like a D or a B plus. But
he shouldn't
be on a team. He shouldn't be on a team.
He should not be allowed to play in the NBA. Same with Miles Bridges. But it is what it is. This one surprised me and he's been hurt and he's a little bit older, but when he's healthy, he plays good. Jonas Valanciunas signs the 3-year, $30 million deal with the Wizards. So,
well, I don't get that.
I mean, I don't.
For him, mostly because he's good. For the Wizards,
him,
it's good
Kyle Kuzma.
For them, it's good, but for him, I don't understand it. He could have went to a better team.
Yeah.
He plays good all the time. He's a good passer. He can shoot mid-range. He's got good post moves. I don't understand why he would go to the fucking Wizards.
I would have rather given Valanciunas 4 years, $60 million than see him making 3 years, $30 million. That's crazy. Definitely, I thought deserved more money than that.
Older. He's like 35, isn't he?
Yeah, he has to be older. I know he's getting up there in age. I don't know what his exact age is.
Or he should have just stayed on the fucking Pelicans or wherever he was at. Or the Grizzlies or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah. Grizzlies. Yeah. Next thing that day, Andre Drummond returned on a 2-year deal to join the Sixers.
I think that's a decent, but I just don't really. I don't know. I don't understand how he doesn't get on teams.
Yeah, because
When he
he's
starts
still
and
good.
plays like over 30 minutes, he gets like 20 rebounds.
Yeah, I don't see why he
Like
has to
literally,
even
he
hop
had like a
around teams.
fucking
To be honest with you.
when Vucevic got hurt last year when he was on the Bulls, he literally had like a 10-game stretch where he had like 10 points and like 15 rebounds.
Yeah, yeah,
And then they were
and
like, you know
that
what?
is a
They said go
that,
ride the bench.
that is a 2-year, $10 million deal that
That's
Drummond
a great
signed.
deal.
Yeah, how like it's just crazy that he doesn't get more money than that.
Not even that. He doesn't get playing time.
Yeah.
And then when he does, he fucking balls out, and they're like, no.
Kevin Love back to the Heat on a 2-year, $8 million deal. Can't believe he's still playing. Kelly Oubre Jr. signed a 2-year deal with the 76ers. 2-year.
I think that's a good deal because he's
2-year, $16.3 million. That's pretty good.
He's I like him.
So Derrick Jones Jr. to leave Dallas, and he is signing with the Clippers on a 3-year, $30 million deal.
Terrible.
That's a lot for Derrick Jones.
All he can do is dunk.
Yeah. And
he
then
shot some threes. Like he shot decent from the three in playoffs, but there's no way that's making him $10 million a year.
No. Yeah. And then Chris Paul to sign with the Spurs after being waived by the Warriors.
Terrible. He should retire.
Yeah. Yeah. And then so then the last thing for Sunday was Harden and the Clippers agree on that 2-year, $70 million deal.
Terrible. No way. James Harden is making $35 million a year.
Yeah.
No way.
He did play well in the playoffs, but
okay. But they also he's literally going to have to do Harden shit like he did in Houston next year because
because now
Kawhi's going to play 15 games.
Yeah.
Like that's stupid. And they're losing Westbrook.
Yeah. No, the Clippers.
They're about to be in the dumps, bro.
I hope.
They're getting that new stadium and all that shit.
I hope the Warriors are going to be in the dumps too.
I mean, they just fucking had to trade for Kyle Anderson, so.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so the very next day, nothing crazy. I'll glance over a few. You have Aaron Wiggins signing that 5-year, $47 million deal. He was very good for OKC.
Deal. That's a great deal. If he's making less than $10 million, that's a crazy good deal.
Yeah. So I think he's good. Isaiah Joe as well. He re-signed with OKC. I don't have the stats or the numbers on that, but
another great deal though.
Yeah.
Either way.
The Pacers' departure of Jalen Smith. He gets a 3-year, $27 million deal with the Bulls. More than what the Pacers are going to give him. So go get the bag, Jalen.
I mean, I agree. I honestly, I wouldn't be mad if I was the Pacers.
Yeah, I mean, we really didn't use him unless we had injuries, and I don't really know why because I thought he was good for us,
but he's like 6'9".
I thought he played well. Yeah. So maybe he can continue his 3-point expertise over there, but that's really all that we used him for was rebounds and 3-pointers. Goga Bitadze resigns with the Magic, a 3-year, $25 million deal.
I don't think that's bad.
That's crazy.
I don't think it's that bad though. He's not like, you know, what's really crazy. I'll just let you get to it and then I'll tell you. You keep going.
Okay. The one thing that I liked because, fuck the Knicks, Isaiah Hartenstein agreeing to that 3-year deal with the Thunder. And
what's really crazy about that deal? He's making more money than Jalen Brunson.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Nuts. Because Brunson's only making like $25 million a year right now.
Yeah, and Hartenstein's making 30.
Yeah. Tobias Harris back to the Pistons, 2-year. This.
I don't think that's terrible because 1, he'll be a scoring option for them, and 2, he's getting older, and that's where he started anyways. Was there the Magic, but I think that would be good for them, especially having like a veteran in their team.
Yeah, but you're paying him $27 million.
Okay, he's only going to be there for what, 2 years? They're not going to
Yeah.
spend their money on nobody else besides Cade.
Yeah. So I'd rather not even waste my minutes on him and let my young players get their
Max,
experience that they need.
these teams have to spend a certain amount of money, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably why they did that.
So that does make sense. Turns 32 this year. And yeah, I like when these websites offer no description about the signings. That's really awesome that they do that. So that's all I can find. And then, of course, the huge news that happened on Monday.
Big news.
Paul George signs with the 76ers.
I think this
is his fourth NBA team.
Honestly, if I was grading that, I'd probably give it like a C+, mostly because I don't think that's going to do shit for them. That's just another person they have to share the ball with.
Yeah, because I mean, Tyrese Maxey got that extension.
Embiid's already on.
Yeah, the 4-year, $212 million deal that Paul George signs.
Embiid's already on max.
Yeah, and that's a big signing for him. That's a big signing, but
it's a big signing. But I just feel like it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but I mean, even
they might move up
Paul George's
2 spots.
Yeah,
because they're not going to do better than the Celtics. They're not going to do better than the Cavs. They're not going to do better than the Bucks.
And he also turns 35 this season.
That's what I'm saying. It's like what? And it was a 4-year deal.
Yeah, so you're paying Paul George till he's 39 years old.
And he already is inconsistent as shit.
Yeah. What is he now all time? I think he is 2-37 all time in game tying or game winning shots in the final 5 seconds. Like stuff like that. Like
that Gatorade commercial where he's like, ball game. And then there's like people like Photoshop it and make him miss it.
Yeah, well, at the time when he did that commercial, he had never hit a game winner. And then he hit one, like maybe a month or two later. This is one thing that I really liked for the Pacers. We're moving on to the next day.
That same day,
the James Wiseman deal. Huh?
I thought Clay signed the same day as Paul George did.
I don't even see it on here, actually.
Oh,
yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Mavericks complete sign and trade for Klay Thompson.
Yeah, two second-round picks to the Warriors, and then Josh Green goes somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, if he can... I don't know.
Now they got 3 guards that have to start.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't...
And Clay also last year in their closeout game went 0 for 10 from 3. And they're paying him 3 years, $50 million. Pretty good.
That's a lot. So,
especially for somebody that has not looked the same since they tore their ACL twice and their Achilles.
Yeah, no, he definitely does not look anything the same as what he was prior to all of his injuries.
He missed 2 straight years.
Yeah.
He's not going to look
I don't know. They were probably the only team willing to give him that kind of money, so.
Which is crazy because they just made the fucking finals. Keep your team how it is, pretty much.
Yeah, I would too. But yeah, so we can talk about that. Oh, I gotta close some tabs real quick. I got so many open.
Close out of your point.
The James Wiseman deal. The reason why I like it, he's still young. He just turned 23.
I like James Wiseman.
Yeah, and he really didn't play much at all for the Pistons, but he averaged 17 points per game with them, and in that time he did average 7 points and 5.3 rebounds. But I mean,
you said he averaged 17 points a game, and then said he averaged 7.
Oh, 17 minutes per game is what I meant to say.
Okay.
17 minutes per game, and then he averaged 7 points and 5.3 rebounds. But of course, if you're only playing 17 minutes, I mean, your stats aren't going to look crazy. That's what you probably expect a good bench player to look like is 7 points and 5.3 rebounds in 15 to 17 minutes. And just hopefully he plays better in a better system. And Well, I'm not saying we have a better system, but it could be a better system for him.
Max, come on now.
Well, I mean,
it's the distance.
Well, the one thing about his profile when I click on it on the NBA.com here is that Wiseman does try, or that they believe that Wiseman would benefit from a fast-paced offense.
And he stretches the
if that is true,
like Miles Turner.
Yeah. Well, I guess we will see what happens, but hopefully he does play better, and hopefully he was worth
plays better.
The signing.
Hope he plays.
He's going to play. He's off the bench because Jalen Smith was their backup big, and Isaiah Jackson, and Jarris Walker. But Pacers didn't really use Jarris Walker at all, so I'm hoping we use him because
he was also a rookie. So
yeah, and the games that he did have to play bigger minutes, he did play well. So that's where I don't really. It's nice, and the only reason why I like it is because he's young. But there's some good young talent with Isaiah Jackson, Jarris Walker, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner. So I'm not really sure where he's going to fit yet, unless Pacers plan on moving anybody, but I wouldn't hope so. So I don't know. Doesn't really make sense to me. Wasn't really a position of need, but I guess we'll see. And then, happening on the same day, that Kyle Anderson trade.
Max, hold on. It's restarting. Hold on. I just did a countdown again.
Yeah, for you, because it said nope. That's not good.
What?
It just says your recording has stopped due to an incoming call. And it won't let me change it. Okay.
What happened?
Yeah, it's not recording for you anymore, so.
Not at all? You need me to back up and come back in?
Okay, yeah, I would leave. And just re-click the email. All right. So in the meantime, while we wait for Jake, let me go up here. What in the world?
What?
Now we have your picture from when you left paused, and then a third picture on the screen for you right now.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're fine. Okay. So last thing I want to talk about before we move on to something else would be LeBron James, because you saw he of course declined his option, and then he agrees to a 2-year, $105 million deal. Does leave them room for more money to sign someone like DeMar DeRozan, who is rumored.
There's no way they're signing DeRozan. I know.
Well, some of the players that they wanted.
I know that's like all that's left, but there's no way they sign him. He does not fit how they play at all.
No, they're probably just so desperate for a big name that they're just going to go after him anyways.
They need to go out and get some good role players, like some actual good ones.
No, yeah. Their bench is terrible. So
because they got Reeves. They got two, obviously, but I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
They need to go out and try and make a trade.
They really should, if they're smart.
I don't know who.
Okay. So let's move on. I want to talk about the Copa America real quick, and want to talk about the Euros right after, because we'll keep Copa America short because we don't.
Yeah.
we're out.
Yeah. Don't talk about it too much.
Yeah. So that Panama loss, let's just not even talk about it really, because there is so much skeptical shit that happened that match.
Panama? You mean Uruguay?
Oh yeah. Against Uruguay. I mean, especially when the ref handed that card out, and then the play continued.
Look, this is what the ref does. He's running down. He goes, "Here's your card." They kick the ball. And he goes, "Oh, play on, play." It's like
yeah, it doesn't stop nothing. Even the announcers the whole time were like, "What? I've never seen this before."
That's because that ref is garbage.
And then the VAR, the offsides VAR.
Offside VAR. They score a goal. They go and review it, and it's still a fucking goal somehow. And then there's a handball at our box, and then we kick it out to Pulisic, and he's running down the field, and he doesn't give us advantage.
Yeah. I mean, that was really a terribly officiated game. I mean, that
and Tyler Adams gets a foul and a yellow card for getting spiked on the leg.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those like people that are skeptical about soccer being rigged and stuff like that. Just don't watch that one.
And then after the game's over, Pulisic goes to shake the ref's hand, and he don't shake his hand.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And then Pulisic goes to go celebrate with Uruguay. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but of course, that it is what it is. Sucks. But the quarterfinal, we'll just talk about it. The knockout stage this is all starting tomorrow at 9:00 p.m. The first match is going to be Argentina versus Ecuador.
Argentina.
Take any guesses on that one? Venezuela and Canada.
Ecuador literally, I think, only has Moises Caicedo, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then Valencia, and he's decent, but no.
And then on Friday, you got Venezuela playing Canada.
Canada probably.
Saturday. Yeah. Saturday, Colombia versus Panama. That should be an easy win for Colombia.
Yeah, some fingers, so.
And then Saturday, it's going to be the best match of the quarterfinals is Uruguay versus Brazil. So that is the Copa America for you. Wish we could talk more about it, but officiating is ass, and the U.S. is out, so who cares?
But Mexico's out.
Yeah, that's true. The Euros.
Dude, man, I'll tell you what.
Crazy Euros.
Yesterday, I was watching the Austria and Turkey game, and that might have been the best game of the tournament so far. It was crazy.
Yeah, Turkey is just unreal.
Well,
their play is great.
Austria had 21 shots to Turkey's 4, and Turkey had 2
You're frozen.
Austria.
You're frozen.
Am I still frozen?
Yeah, it says you stopped recording.
What the fuck? It says I'm recording on mine.
Not on mine.
Is that better or no?
No, it's just saying you're not recording.
I'll tell you what, this app's starting to get shitty.
Yeah, it's starting to stop our our live streams as well. I mean, I don't get it, but I think we're good now. Okay, we're fine.
Okay, I forgot.
All right,
but it was like the last couple seconds of the game. It's literally the 94th minute of 4 added minutes, and
that save.
Austria kicked, fucking sent in a corner, and the dude headed it, and that goalie dove and saved it. I was like, dude, that.
Yeah, that was a crazy save. That was crazy.
And then
off the bounce like that.
Them players had to be dead after the game was over, dude. They were literally the last 15 to 20 minutes. It was one gets the ball and runs straight down the field. The other one gets the ball, runs straight down the field, and they run straight back the other way, dude. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, off the bounce too. That's a crazy save. But let me pull up.
And then Portugal got fucking lucky.
Yeah, they did.
Because
Ronaldo just needs to stop taking free kicks.
Slovakia, I forgot if they played Slovenia or Slovakia, but they could not make a penalty.
Yes, Slovenia. Yeah, because the penalties was Slovenia couldn't make any. They didn't make it.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So
The goalie saved them all, but the first one was a good save, and then the second two, I feel like they kicked almost like it was like middle right or middle left.
yeah.
Like they didn't kick it down far enough or like outside far enough.
Well, heading into the quarterfinals, we can talk about the first matches coming up. So the first match being played is going to be Friday. Is at noon. You got Spain and Germany. That's going to be a great match.
Crazy game.
Yeah. But also Friday at 3:00 is Portugal versus France. So that is even. I mean, Friday is going to be great.
I hope France gets the fuck out of them.
I did too. Well, not really. I kind of want. I like my boy Bruno. I hope he does good.
Yeah, he still cries even when he's on Portugal.
Yeah, but he's still good. And then you have Saturday, England versus Switzerland. England better be careful.
I think Switzerland will beat them.
I hope, because just fuck the spirits of England. I mean, they've been playing terrible all Euros. I mean, just no offense at all. And
they play like they're trying to not let the other team score the entire game. Like don't give a fuck about trying to score. They just want. They play like 9 people behind the ball the whole game.
And they waited until Slovakia to start Kobe in the midfield. And guess what? He finished that match with 96% passes completed. I mean, he was great. He played very well.
Southgate's also an idiot because he also plays Foden on the left wing when Foden's best place to play is attacking midfield.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you see like Paul Scholes and who else was making posts at him? Some other, former stars, but I mean, Southgate's been getting roasted by everybody that used to play for England. They're like, "What are you doing, dude?"
That's because Southgate is literally like the exact same for England as
U.S.
for us.
Yes, he uses players wrongly, puts them in wrong positions, has the weirdest formations.
Their tactics are terrible too. Like they just play.
Oh yeah,
behind the ball the entire game. Like they don't ever try and like play long balls or like play up and get people forward. They're always trying to sit back. It seems like.
Yeah, I don't get what the tactics that he chooses and why he thinks it's going to work. But
I'd be perfectly fine if England went out. So.
Yeah. Well, then Saturday, the last quarterfinal match is going to be Netherlands versus Turkey.
Netherlands will probably beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, but I'm rooting for the dark horse in this one. I hope Turkey does win.
Netherlands are fucking good as hell.
Yes, they are. Good defense. Very good defense.
Gakpo's been balling.
Yeah, he has. He's tied. He's got 3 goals on the Euros so far.
Yeah, Gakpo's like Maguire, dude. He only's good when he plays for his country. Like he plays for Liverpool when can't even barely get on the field.
Yeah. Well, I think out of everybody, France does look really good. But their offense doesn't look good, though. But they do. I mean, they're not allowing goals, and they have the most passes completed in the Euro so far. I don't know if that shows too much, but that does show that they have good ball control.
They can keep possession, but if they can keep possession and not score, it don't matter.
Yeah. So it just depends if Mbappe can play with a mask or not. I mean, I don't know
he's been playing.
I know he just doesn't look like he's even trying out there.
I mean, he does. They don't play to his side that much. It seems like because the games that I have watched of France, he barely gets the ball, and when he does, he fucking sauces people.
Yeah, so you're saying he's kind of like a Rasmus Højlund kind of guy.
No,
doesn't get the ball a lot, but when he does, man, he's watch out.
Well, on France, it seems like but if they gave him the ball more, I think they would probably be scoring way more goals. He's the best player in the world.
Yeah, he is.
Why would you not give him the ball more? And they actually are playing him where he likes to play. He plays on left wing. That's where he likes playing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want to. Why can't the U.S. play in the Euros?
Because it's the Euros, Max.
Just give us an exception once. I want to see how we do. Probably not great if we lose to Panama.
Well, I mean, technically we could have because we're hosting the World Cup next, but I think that would be the next
Yeah.
time we do it because I think last year or like when the World Cup happened last time, Qatar played in the Gold Cup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think
so it'd be like the season after we host.
No, this season before.
Oh,
because they played
then
in
we
the
should
Gold
be in
Cup,
it.
and then we went to the World Cup and lost to Netherlands in round of 16 or whatever.
All right.
We still got a couple other sports we can talk about unless you don't want to.
Well,
I mean, there's not too much going on, but we actually can talk about this. It's pretty sick, I think, that the NFL is doing that Hard Knocks thing this year. How they're doing the offseason.
all the AFC North. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Off-season with the Giants, training camp with the Bears, and then they're doing AFC North for the end season. Do you see when it starts? By the way,
no,
December 3rd. That's like week 15.
That sucks.
What's the point?
I don't know.
Literally, the season.
The whole purpose of doing it is before the season starts.
Well, no, this is in-season Hard Knocks. The Bengals.
Wait, is it
like our division?
Oh yeah.
But it just don't make sense to me that they're not going to start until December because last year, I think it was the Cardinals or something, or I think it was maybe the Cardinals. They did the in-season for, and it started in November.
Yeah,
which makes more sense.
I just think it's so stupid.
Month. But whatever.
Okay, so Reds.
Yeah, we're
fell off a little bit.
We're game one merchants, dude. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean,
and you know
that 5-4 win of the Yankees last night.
Everyone on our fucking team could just do a little bit more to help India and Ellie, we would be winning games a lot more because Ellie and India have been balling.
Carrying
4 weeks.
Carrying. Steers picked it up recently. He's actually been hitting the ball good recently, but
so is James.
Other than that,
but no one else, like Noelvi had a 3-hit game his first game back, and since then I don't think he's got a hit.
No. I know that because I needed him for parlay.
Will Benson's been doing decent, but I hate that they have him batting ninth. I feel like he's better off lower in the lineup at like 6 or something.
Yeah. I mean, just not the whole team can hit right now. I mean, we have 2 players that are consistently hitting the ball well. And
Ellie,
I mean, it doesn't help.
I think Ellie 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe like a month, maybe like 6 weeks, whatever, ago was hitting 230, and now he's at 255.
Yeah.
And India was batting like 250, and now he's at like 276.
Yeah, it would be nice if someone else could help. But that seems like a little bit of too much.
India's on base percentage is at like almost 400 right now.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if
he just won
we had players that could help, but we don't.
And it sucks too because our pitching's been doing decent too. Besides, I'll tell you what, I was watching that fucking Reds game last night, and the announcers are like, "Yeah, well, they put Sam Moll in so that way they have a lefty on lefty with Soto, but then they have Judge coming up," and they were like, "Yeah, maybe I think they probably should like maybe not throw it in the strike zone a lot and maybe try and stay away from him." And then they throw it, and then Sam Moll throws it right down the middle. He's a home run. And then that page Natty Sports, they tweeted and were like, "I don't understand how they're like gonna just throw it right down the middle and let them get a hit pitch they can hit." And I was like, I replied to him. I was like, well, you would think that if the commentators and everyone else knows, maybe we should pitch around Aaron Judge, that David Bell or someone else on the team would tell him that. Like,
well, I feel like Sam Moll, as a professional pitcher, should realize that too at some point.
Well, yeah, but you also are just going to try and do your normal pitches unless the coach is like, "Hey, pitch around him," or just intentionally walk him.
Yeah, but me personally, if I know if I'm pitching against someone like Aaron Judge and I have a lead to protect and I have no one on base, I wouldn't throw it down the middle.
Which, I mean, it didn't end up doing anything because we still won by a run because that one put them down by 1. But it's like, dude, come on. Like David Bell's got to know that. David Bell used to be a pitching coach.
Yeah, well, he's not been known to be a great manager.
No, I don't want him on our team. I haven't wanted him on our team for 3 years.
But yeah, I mean, even with that win last night, that puts us at 40-45 on the season. We are fourth in the NL
like
Central.
2 games back from the Cardinals, 2 or 3.
We are 4.5.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean,
no, the Reds can get hot. We can get on a nice win streak, and hopefully we can get back to 500 and see where we can do what we can do with that. But as of right now, still having the same issue as we did all season long, just not consistent offense, and that's going to hurt.
Well, it's not even that too. It's the same problem as last year with us not being healthy. Friedel's out, Strand's out for the rest of the year. We still don't get McLean back for another month and a half. Lodolo's hurt again.
Yeah, maybe one day we can have a healthy team. See how we do. But
I don't understand how they get hurt so much. It's baseball.
Well, I guess when you're
I know playing a lot can affect that, but if that's the problem, why would we not go out and trade for someone? We have good prospects.
I don't know. I mean, we don't like to do trades ever.
We have good prospects. I guarantee you we could trade like one of our third or fourth starting pitcher right now and go get somebody decent. Because
we could. I know we could.
Because
like Graham Ashcraft and stuff like that, like we have good young pitchers, and we have good.
I'm saying we probably keep Ashcraft, but we trade one of the younger dudes that are up in our rotation. Because Ashcraft is
Montas, you're gone.
Because he's like 29.
Yeah, get rid of him.
He's not going to fucking get any value.
I'd say package him and Martinez in a deal.
Nick Martinez.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to do anything for that.
I just hate watching both of them pitch for us.
Because you see how many good infielders we have. We should maybe think about trading like one of our infielders and maybe because I know Cam Collier's probably going to come up in the next year or so.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of one of our infielders or move one of our infielders to outfield and either trade Cam Collier or something because he's balling in Double-A right now.
Well, Candelario probably had some. Well, Candelario probably had some decent trade value maybe 2 weeks ago.
I doubt it. He's getting old too.
Well, he hit 7 home runs in June. I would have thought that someone would be calling for him. Someone like the Dodgers probably.
Aaron Judge has 32 home runs in fucking 2.5 months.
Yeah. Dumb. Yeah. So, okay. One thing I wanted to talk about, and you don't have to, but this is a podcast about sports. So, and I watch it. I don't know if you know, but the Wimbledon is on.
I only like watching the final match. And if it's somebody I like.
Yeah. The one thing is for the men's side, there hasn't been really any upsets at all. I mean, there's
pretty much what it was last year.
Yeah, pretty much everybody that you think is going to advance did advance. So you have already in the second round. It just started a couple of days ago. But in the second round already, you have Yannick Sinner, who is seed number 1 because he has had a great season.
He's the 1 seed.
And for his bracket, yeah.
What happened?
Just for his bracket.
What happened to what happened to Alcaraz?
I mean, he's still number 1. But sometimes your seeding can be different from the bracket and what your ranking is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Yannick Sinner is the world number 1. Alcaraz is number 3 currently. And then you have people like Daniil Medvedev, who he just finished his match, so he does advance to the third round. But he's also ranked 5th.
What's Joker ranked?
I mean, he has been playing a lot, and he's been hurt, and so he might not even be ranked yet until he finishes a tournament. That's sometimes how it works. So that wouldn't surprise me. But he played, I think, on Saturday. it's just so hard
Isn't
trying to go
Wimbledon the
through the
one where you
Wimbledon
look
box
like?
score because there's so many
Isn't
people.
Wimbledon the one where you have to wear white or something?
Yeah, all white. So he did play center court yesterday. He won straight sets. He won 6-1, 6-2, 6-2. Jack Fearnley is who he plays tomorrow morning at 8:30 in the morning, and Jack Fearnley is 271st ranking worldwide. So this is probably be a cakewalk. And then then we'll see, and we'll also see Djokovic in the third round. I don't know who he's going to be paired against. It's probably going to be. He's probably going to be in the top half of the bracket, so he would have to play Jannik Sinner to advance to the finals. So unlike if you go down, Aaron Bublik, who he is so good, and he's only 19. He's ranked 23rd in the world, but he is going against. Who is he going against? I can't remember. Let me find it. Oh, he goes against Tommy Paul, who Tommy Paul is ranked 12th, but Tommy Paul did win in 5 sets. But yeah, the only thing that kind of frustrates me with these, with the Wimbledon and how they do the pairings is, I would like for some separation in these brackets. I would like to see some younger, probably not as good talent that probably shouldn't be in the second round. Should be in the second round. I hate the way they do the seedings, and I hate the way they do the brackets in these, but it is what it is. But the only match that I really want to talk about, because I think this is going to be a really, really good match, and everybody loves him because he's an American, Frances Tiafoe. Yeah. See, when you make faces like that means you're not interested. Is that what it means? You hate this?
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Well, Wimbledon's very popular, so at least just let me talk about it.
But didn't even say anything.
Huh?
I didn't say anything.
You don't have to say anything when you're on the other side of the camera, just licking the air like that. That tells me something. But Frances Tiafoe and Carlos Alcaraz play tomorrow morning. So that is the world number 3 versus the world number 29. And I don't know if anybody else has watched Frances Tiafoe, but if I pull up his last few matches, I mean, he's on a bad stretch. He is not good right now. So of course, first round he had to face Arnaldi. He's not even ranked, and it took him 5 sets to beat him. And then you go into Coric, the second round. That's who he played 2 days, or no, he played that this morning. So actually, forget that. The Alcaraz match isn't until Friday. But when he played Coric today, Coric is unranked. Didn't take him more than 3 sets to beat him, but very close on every single set to losing the set. And yeah, so when we look at someone like Frances Tiafoe and his player profile, I mean, he's only 25. He's about to turn 26. He's one of the best Americans that we've had in quite a decent amount of time. Ben Shelton, he's good, but he's also young, and he fails to play good when he's in the quarterfinals of anything. And that's where he struggles to even advance to, is the quarterfinals. But if you look at even like the Stuttgart Open, because that happened in early June, and that's his last big tournament that he played in. He got smoked in the second round. I mean, I get Jack Draper's top 10, but in June and early June, you're looking at Frances Tiafoe. He's ranked 4th. And then you see how bad he plays in the Stuttgart Open, and then he goes to the French Open, and then he sucks in the French Open. And then now you're looking at he dropped 25 spots in a month and a half. So that's why I'm excited for this match, because, as a fellow American, I love seeing my other fellow Americans. I love seeing my other fellow Americans play well. And I do like Francis. I follow his matches. And
my favorite player,
I just think it's
tired, so.
Well, and I just think that this match right here is probably the most important match that he has had all season. Is playing Carlos Alcaraz in the third round. I mean, of course, it's Wimbledon, but like with his bad stretch that he's had, he has to win this. I mean, for his morality, for everything, for America, he's got to win it, and I hope he does. But man, he has been shitting the bed for the last 2 months. Not sure what's going on. Not sure how he's playing. He just and what's strange too is like he only starts to play bad when he's up a set. Every single time when he's up a set to 2 sets, man, he just does not even he can't compute what's going on. But then on top of everything else, when I was talking about all the opens that he was playing in, the Lyon Open that played before the French Open, he lost in the first round. He didn't even make it past the first round. He lost in straight sets, 6-3, 6-3 to Dustin Brown. I mean, sucks, but hope he turns it around. And if you guys are not watching the Wimbledon, you need to. Already for the women's.
I mean, honestly, that's like the only tennis tournament I really watch.
Yeah. So, but the winner.
But it's hard to watch when your favorite player's 50 years old.
Yeah. Well, the female winner, she lost in the opening round. So,
Maria Sharapova.
Now you have Swiatek, who's probably going to win it all. She's probably the best talented in the north bracket. I mean, you still have Wozniak, who she's in the lower bracket. Coco Crisp, yeah. You mean Coco Golf? Hey, did you know Shin-Soo Choo still plays baseball for the South Korean Landers?
Yeah, I seen a video of him smacking a bomb the other day.
Yeah, he's 41 years old and still playing good. I just realized that the other day because, well, when I was in the back room and I had a bonus bet and I was like, wow, there's nothing on. And I hit live now and I was like, oh, South Korean baseball. And then it was for Shin-Soo Choo to get 2 total bases. So I was like, what? I didn't know he still played.
Remember that one random season he played for the Reds?
Yeah. That was nice.
Yeah.
And then didn't he go to Cleveland right after? Or was that before?
Yeah, I think it was before. And then after he left us, he went to the Rangers.
And then the biggest match going on right now, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about, is the Yannick Sinner match because he is playing that second round match right now. And he is playing Berrettini. And Berrettini, if no one else knows, Berrettini was a top 50 player in the world for the 2 years ago, tore his ACL and MCL, and then now he's fighting his way back into playing in these big tournaments. But it is tied. Wow, it is tied 2-2. They're about to go to a 5th set. So, damn.
Oh, I got something I can talk about that you probably won't know, but the Alex Pereira and whatever the fuck his name is, dude from Czech Republic fight was crazy. Dude came in talking all this shit like there's no way I'm leaving this ring without winning. And then right before the first round ends, Pereira gives an uppercut and he literally falls on his back right as the bell rung for the first round.
On the second round? He won a KO in the second round?
Yeah, and in the second round he came with a head kick and kicked him right on his top of his head. And he just went down, and Pereira started beating the shit out of him. And then after the fight was over, Pereira had to pop his toe back into place.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, where he had to pop his toe back into place.
Dude, there was a girl fight. This girl came down with an elbow right on this other girl's head. I think it was a girl fight. And she had the biggest cut I've ever seen on her, like right above her eyebrow. And they had to stop the fight because of how bad the cut was. And she was gushing blood.
Well, they also fought each other last year, too.
Who, Pereira? Yeah.
Yeah, and Pereira also KO'd him last year.
Yeah.
It was in the second round.
I mean, his TKO. That one wasn't really a KO, and it was also called early.
Well, they ruled that one a TKO, too.
Yeah, but that one he actually, almost knocked him out completely.
The
one last year, Pereira, hit him on his head, and then he started hitting him, and I forgot what his fucking name is, Jiri something, but he, tried to get up, and then the ref called the fight.
Yeah, that's stupid.
But yeah, there was one more thing. Did you see how many fucking forwards the Penguins signed?
Oh yeah, what's the point? Just seeing if one of them works out?
I guess. Did they sign like 3 or 4 of them?
That's crazy. I
And then
don't.
they traded for a defenseman from the Rangers or something?
I was like, well, that's the one thing that I like the most out of anything because if you look at our stats from this past season, our issue was not scoring. It was never was an issue. We actually finished the season top 10 at one of the best offenses in the NHL.
They probably need a goalie.
Well, I don't think it's that we allowed the third most shots for the whole entire season.
Well,
so
that's probably like on the coach and like the setup of how they're setting up on defense.
Well, that's what that's what I would think too. But
they just Eric Carlson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ever since the Pens have gotten Eric Carlson, there's been no changes in the formation, no changes in the tactics. Everything stayed the same. I mean,
which literally the only thing that also a very offensive defenseman, but I mean, he's still he's a good defenseman.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just think any of these movings or any of these signings that we're doing, I mean, it really just doesn't make sense to me because if we're trying to get back in the playoffs, we have to fix our defense. If that's it. I mean, we have to fix our defense.
Well,
we have good young talent.
That's also going to be they need to get younger.
Well, yeah. So I mean,
it's fine keeping like 1 or 2 of them, like Malkin and Sid, or like Sid and what's his fucking name? What's the defender's name? God damn it! What's the defender's name? Oh, Chris Letang.
Okay. So I was wondering what season where was he at last season?
Who?
Okay.
One of the dudes they signed.
So, well, no. So the one thing that I try not to worry about the offense is because when we had our draft pick last year and we took Braden Yager at 14 overall, I'm pretty sure the plan is for him to play this season because I mean he's played.
Well, they normally have people down in the AHL or whatever it is for like a year.
Oh, this is a WHL, but
yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, I know there's like 4 points, but
yeah, I mean he led his team. This is what I like though. He played for the Moose Jaw Warriors before the draft, and then he gets drafted, and he stays with the Moose Jaw Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm like, how does that make sense? But I mean, maybe that is their farm team, but
I was going to say.
But I was pretty sure that the Moose Jaw Warriors are a different team. So that's what I was confused about. But yeah, so I mean, with Braden Yager hopefully coming to the NHL this season because he's playing, I mean, great. Even in the what's it called?
Or whatever.
It's the International League. It's the IHL, but it's the U20s that he's a part of, and he played. They had to play Denmark and Finland, and out of those 2 games, his total combined stats, because this is the most recent that's happened with him, and both of those games combined, he has 2 goals, 3 assists. I mean, come on, man, that's good. And you're playing against Denmark and Finland, and you're putting up those kind of numbers. I mean, I cannot wait for him to finally be on our roster. So hopefully that happens. And also this season, because the season already starts for the minor leagues, because he's in the Memorial Cup League. I think that's like 2 or 3 lower than NHL. But only 3 games have been played in the season, and he has 3 goals and 3 assists. So I mean, he's good. So
yeah, but I mean,
I cannot wait.
You just got to let them develop and get their body right.
Yeah, I mean that's why it wouldn't surprise me if he stays at this level for another year or something like that. And
Or I mean,
I hope
if it's
not.
too below, then he can probably move up a bit, like later this year or something.
Yeah, I mean he's only
Not
19.
not to the NHL, but just like another league up.
Yeah, yeah, he's only 19 years old, so definitely have plenty of time to make sure
Yeah, and people
he
plan
is
on
going to
him till they're
be.
60, so
Yeah, well, it's
like
going to be hard
fucking
to
Yager.
replace Sidney Crosby when he eventually does retire, but he is a center, and Braden Yager can hopefully fill in those shoes. But you're never going to fill in Sidney Crosby's shoes. You're just going to fill in the center position because, well, if you did that, then the Pens might be the best franchise of all time drafting wise if we were able to do it like that. Um,
Be like the Packers.
but yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it. If you guys haven't been watching our streams, you need to ASAP. We've been streaming.
We've been playing, like, if you watch video games or whatever, we play some MLB, but maybe play some Fortnite or some Elden Ring.
Yeah, we've been on an Elden Ring kick, and that seems to be doing pretty good, since especially on YouTube. It seems like a lot of people have been enjoying us playing.
If you don't not a fan of
Elden
watching
Ring.
the stream, we put them on YouTube after we stream it too. So
Yep, every single stream it will always be published on the Twitch channel, so you can just watch it, or it'll always be on our YouTube page as well. Just like this, it probably won't be right away because we had an issue starting with it, and I think it stopped our live recording for YouTube.
So we might have to mix some shit together.
Yeah, and but at least we are live on Twitch right now, and I believe it caught everything. So that's another place for you to watch the draft. All right.
Draft.
What?
You said watch the draft.
Oh, I don't know. I was typing and talking at the same time. Can't do both. All right. Well, make sure at the end of each episode, too, all of our social medias, all the handles are attached to it. You just have to tap it, and it takes you straight to TikTok.
And also,
Twitter.
We probably would have made an episode last week, but we got copy. Like I said at the beginning, we got copyright for some reason. But
yeah, I mean, we have plans to. We were trying to do it on Thursday, it was the day after
Wednesday
the draft,
Thursday,
so we tried to. Yeah, but hopefully it's fixed now. We're not in trouble. Yeah. I mean, Jake's gonna go to jail, but I'll continue doing it by myself.
I love eating prison food.
Is that all you like to do in prison?
I like to drop soap sometimes, but
all right. That's it.
All right.
See you next time.
Deuces.